everybody, as I noticed that my van was losing coolant and I also had low oil pressure, I decided to rebuild the engine. After disassembling it or starting to remove it, I noticed that the exhaust ports had cracked, which caused coolant to leak into them, which explains the coolant leak. Except this, the aluminum was swollen under the head gasket, which caused another leak. So I will show you how to rebuild a Volkswagen T3 water boxer in a few parts though, because filming it in one part would create a ginormous video, to be honest, and I want to avoid that. So first of all, you will get yourself a repair stand because it makes your life a lot easier. And then you're going to tilt the engine and you're going to take a big screwdriver in order to remove the valve cover clips. After removing them, you can lay it beside, and now you will take your 30mm socket and remove the rocker arm assembly. So after removing them, you will do the following thing. You will note where each push rod goes in order to reassemble it later, because each part wears differently and it would be great if you keep them as pairs. In my case though, all the push rods were bent, so I had to buy new ones. After this, you will remove all the nuts from the cylinder head. For that, you're going to take a piece of metal to protect the valve springs, or you're going to destroy them if they're getting heated up. And you're going to heat it up in order to break the corrosion and the sealant beneath them. If you don't do this, you may snap a head stud, which wouldn't be nice. Also, move it a little bit back and forth in order to avoid snapping a head stud. So afterwards, tap it with a mallet. In my case, the heads were junk, so I hit them for hours because the heads were really stuck, for 2 hours if I remember right, which also caused destruction, to be honest, but as I said, it was destroyed, so it doesn't matter. So what you will do now is take a screwdriver and push on these ears, on the cylinder sleeves, in order to unstick them so that they stay inside the block. In my case, they were corroded so bad that one stayed, and I had to hammer it off. Carefully, of course, because you don't want to crack. So what happens here is the following: the head studs corrode, and they also salts also build there, which cause them to expand, which doesn't allow them to go through the cylinder head holes. So now what you will do, you will put the piston into this position and take one of these pliers in order to remove the securing ring. It's a little bit tricky, but you will get it off. So afterwards, what's pretty important is to take the special Volkswagen tool in order to remove any grit or whatever has built up there, so that the piston pin will slide out. If you don't do this, you may not be able to remove it, or it will be pretty tough. It costs 20 to 30 euros, it's not that expensive. So afterwards, you will take an M8 bolt, get it through the piston pin with a small washer and a nut, tighten it up, and then from the other side, you will take a plastic pipe with an inner diameter of 24mm at least. It should be too big though, because it won't fit through the hole. And take an even bigger washer so that the nut won't slide through it. And after tightening The nut on the other side, it will act as an extractor which will remove the piston pin. It takes a little bit of patience to get it off, but at some point it will come out, of course. I just say it because it's kinda long, so you have to turn the nut for a lot of times. So now you will take this tool for the other piston, and you will repeat the exact same procedure on the other pistons. So now take a 24mm to remove the oil pressure switch. Also know the color of it if you want to replace it. If you want to reuse them, you have to note their position so that they go into the exact same place. Or you will destroy your camshaft. What's also important is the following thing, that if any of these components need to be replaced, you also need to replace the camshaft, because they always were as pairs. Now we will remove the oil filler neck. For this you will take this special wrench. You will remove the nut which is hidden under there. A normal socket won't get into there, so you will need this tool. So afterwards we will remove the crank pulley. For this you will need a 30mm socket. By the way, all the tools will be linked down below. And a breaker bar. Also make sure to lock the flywheel with a special tool which all Volkswagen part suppliers sell. So now we will remove the oil pressure relief valve. For this you will need this special tool in order to remove the cap. After tightening it, you need to be a little bit careful due to the spring that's inside there, so press it down a little bit. And then it should come out. What I also did is I used a magnet in order to pull it out. If yours is really stuck, you will need to get a special tool, which a lot of Volkswagen part suppliers sell, which costs around 80 euros, I believe. It's kinda pricey, so try with the magnet first. Work it back and forth and it should come out if it's not stuck. So afterwards we will remove the oil pump. In order to do this, we will remove the cover from it. The nuts of it are one-time use, so you need to dispose them and get new ones because they have a seal under them, which will keep oil from seeping through them. So remove the gears of it. Now you will get a puller, which also a lot of Volkswagen part suppliers sell, and you will pull the oil pump. You do it by inserting it to both of its hole and tightening the nut. What we will do now is heat the special nuts inside the water jacket up in order to break corrosion and keep something from snapping, and it also makes your life a little bit easier. And take our breaker bar in order to loosen them. What I also did, but I didn't film, is remove all the surrounding nuts. I didn't film it because it would take a lot of time and it's pretty much nonsense to film it. So now you got your screwdriver and pry it through locations. You get your screwdriver and put it through the 2 prongs where the red part is, which doesn't damage any sealing surfaces, but it helps you break the seal up or break them loose, and you wiggle them back and forth in order to remove the case halves. So here you can see the internals of the engine. It's pretty filthy, to be honest, because it didn't get serviced properly. And what's very important is that you remove the distributor as a last part, or you will destroy the gear on the crankshaft while turning it over. So now you can see some damage of the bearings. Here it's pretty worn off. On the second one you can see that parts of it came loose. Here you can see a hydraulic lifter which is pretty much junk, it's not straight anymore. And here you can see a piston with pre-detonation marks, and the upper ring gap is also twice as big as it should be. And the play of it is twice as big as it should be. Here you can actually see the bearing, which got installed wrong from the factory, I guess. And that's basically it. So if you like this video, like, share and subscribe. And the rest of the rebuild series will come out in a few months, I guess. So I wish you a great day. Bye.